Hey everyone. As always, I hope you're doing well through these complicated times, pandemic and otherwise, and that you're safe and optimistic through it all, however involved you may be. Now, of course, December recently ended, so time to talk a little bit about what I got over the month, as well as noteworthy gifts I received for Christmas. So starting off, new Criterion upgrade, the Blu-ray of Symbio Psychotaxoplasm, 2 takes by William Greaves. These somewhat related movies released in 1968 and 2005, take 1 and take 2.5. These kind of like meta-narrative and non-narrative pieces about like filming a fictional scene, filming the making of that scene, capturing regular life around it, and all the back and forths there. Been wondering about it since its original DVD release, so I'm happy that it's, again, gotten that upgrade. Over to TV, there is season 4 of The Expanse on Blu-ray. The science fiction hit based on the best-selling novel series, and for its first 3 seasons airing on Sci-Fi, now on Amazon Prime. Story picking up with new conflicts over newly available resources beyond the solar system. Some mixes of drama, action, spectacle. Worth checking out. And also the new Blu-ray release of Paranoia Agent, the anime series from acclaimed director Satoshi Kon. This like 13 episode, I guess kind of ensemble story, exploring like the psychological thriller, crime drama goings on and people around Musashino City, dealing with the mysteries of this bat-wielding assailant. Heard kind of mixed things, like it's good but not great for Cohen's work. And also I do still have the English dub recorded on TV, but never actually checked it out, so might as well just move on to disc. Did things a little out of order, but shortly before I bought that, I got another 6 booster packs of the Transformers trading card game from Wizards of the Coast. 3 from Wave 4 Siege 2, 3 from Wave 5 Titan Master's Attack. These with 1 large, 1 small character card, plus 6 battle cards. 2 foil character cards, 1 small head, 1 large body, or 1 large character card and 1 stratagem, plus 6 battle cards. For the non-battle cards, I got, also written here, make sure. When it comes to new ones, I got the tank portion of Omega Supreme and Private Powertrain. Krebs, Data Protection, Beachcomber, and Metallicato stance, with extras of the tank portion of Skytread, Raider Tailwind, Sergeant Barricade, the top portion of Sergeant Six Gun, Horrible, and Bludgeon. I believe I listed all of them. But anyway, sorry about that slightly out of order thing. Then to comics. There is Boombox's Lumberjanes, Volume 16, Mind Over Metal. Collecting issues 61 through 64. Written by Shannon Waters and Kat Lay. Illustrated by Anne-Marie Rogers. Next series of adventures taking place within and outside this strange little pocket dimension. Some more like all ages goofiness to be had. From IDW, issue 25 of the rebooted Transformers ongoing. A double-sized issue written by Brian Ruckley with art by Anna Malkova, detailing the rescue mission and other battles that commence after the Decepticons seize the city of Iacon. Pretty decisive chapter in the series. The 12th and final issue of Transformers Galaxies, written by Brandon Easton, art by Andrew Griffith, where Ultra Magnus's rescue of Alpha Trion is complicated by a space battle happening dangerously close to a black hole. From Oni Press, the next issue of Invader Zim Quarterly. I think technically the third release, because it's the third one that came out, but it's the holiday special. 3 little holiday-based stories told in an anthology, all written by Eric Trueheart, illustrated by Aaron Alexovich. Stories' names are Crisimilated, Aphistomus Carol, and Young Membrane versus Santa. So, festive and weird, definitely. Back to IDW and Transformers stuff. Issue 2 of the Transformers Back to the Future miniseries, written by Kevin Scott, art by Juan Samu. Already catching up with Gigawatt, the transforming DeLorean, as he explains to Marty the overall situation and time travel stakes they have to hopefully fix in order to stop the Decepticons. And the first issue of a new Transformers miniseries, Transformers Escape, Written by Brian Ruckley, art by Beth McGuire Smith. Running pretty concurrently with the ongoing at this point, as Wheeljack and others hope to try to evacuate the organic immigrant populations from Cybertron as hostilities keep getting worse. So a pretty subdued collection of purchases through the month. But then we move over to the Christmas gifts. There is The Art of Miyazaki's Spirited Away, released by Viz Media as part of the Studio Ghibli library. Nice hardcover exploring the visual making of what's kind of considered the quintessential Miyazaki movie. Girl finding herself in a spirit world environment, hoping to get herself and her parents back to their reality. So that'll be nice to check out. Maybe I'll watch the movie first or after and have this as kind of a companion to that experience. Sort of carefully. Walt Disney Animation Studios, the Archive series Animation. Not very familiar with this series of books, because apparently it's the second in the collection. But from what I've seen flipping through it so far, it's pretty simply but enjoyably various single page images of drawn frames from various classic Disney movies. That's cool. Set that down. Continuing with Disney stuff, there is first season and season 2, volume 2 of Gargoyles on DVD. Wino season 2, volume 1. There was a bit of a purchasing mistake, apparently. Yeah. But you'll see that issue's been solved. Collecting the first 13, then another 26 episodes of the Disney fantasy sci-fi classic about medieval gargoyles who awaken in modern day New York. I haven't even really watched a whole episode in a long time, so it's gonna be a really interesting revisit. Probably nicely nostalgic. Going back even farther with Disney. It's pretty significant special edition Blu-rays of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Dumbo, and Bambi. I admittedly don't have a big interest in old Disney, but it'll still be really interesting to experience the emotional highs and lows of these stories. Of course, Princess and Dwarves versus an Evil Queen. young elephant kind of overcoming adversity in his life. And a young deer and the humorous and serious adventures throughout. Probably didn't really need to explain those. They're so well known. But over to a lesser known area in animation, as compared to Disney. Blu-rays of Perfect Blue, Millennium Actress, and Tokyo Godfathers. 3 of Satoshi Kon's 4 feature films. Widely acclaimed for their visuals, their production value, their stories, their characters. Kind of a drama thriller about an entertainer dealing with a lurking stalker as fantasy and reality start to blur. A veteran actress being interviewed and looking back on her real life and the role she portrayed. And kind of a heartwarming, fortunately I didn't watch this around the time, but a holiday story about 3 homeless people cast out by society who also happen to find an abandoned baby. I'm hoping that the 4th movie, Paprika, gets a new Blu-ray from Shout Factory and G Kids, but I haven't heard anything. But fingers crossed. Momentary shift over to toys and such collectibles. My first SH Figuarts figure, specifically of Cowboy Bebop's main protagonist, Spike Spiegel. Very well designed, very articulated. Also includes 3 alternate faces, his handgun, and 8 alternate hands. 2 of each position of hand. I have taken him out of the package, but for safety's sake, I like to keep him in during most of the time. At least until I could find like a nice like figure stand to help him with the poses. Also probably not necessarily the very best of the Figuarts line, but still very cool. Over to a simpler one. This Lego, like kind of minifig scaled reindeer. Came from the same provider as the Santa I got last year. Kind of a cute little design. Comes with 2 different nose pieces, red or brown, to kind of make it either Rudolph or any of the original 8. I get with the shiny red nose to help Santa. Back to movies and TV and stuff. Steven Universe, the complete collection. Big bulky DVD box set containing all of recent Cartoon Network classic, the original main series, the movie, and the follow-up miniseries, Steven Universe Future, across 15 discs, also including some nice special features. I will admit I'm kind of bittersweet about at least the design of this, because it is very cool, nice and relatively compact, but the discs are in like those thin like pockets or sleeves that are understandably concerning when it comes to scratches and smudges. So I'll still figure out an approach to that concern. But nevertheless, very nice to have this on the shelf. Story of a young boy who's half alien, dealing with regular life and science fantasy adventures regarding his family and friends. And finally, if I made sure to note everything, the SpongeBob musical live on stage on DVD. Not entirely one for musicals. My interest in SpongeBob dropped off quite a few years back, but I've heard good things about this. It kind of captures the spirit of the show, the cartoon, through a stage musical. Be quite a watch, because apparently the full runtime is close to 4 hours. Don't know if that counts like a long intermission, but that's a nice little kind of thing out of left field for me, I'd say. So yeah, double check my list here. Make sure I mention everything. Indeed I did. Okay. Yeah. Pretty modest assortment of purchases. Quite a spoiled assortment of gifts. But covering quite a few areas of movies, TV, toys, games, books, and comics. So yeah, like I said at the beginning, hope you're doing well through all this. Being both careful and looking ahead as things go on. Hope you had a nice holiday season, whatever you celebrate. And with that, I'll see you in early February to talk about the January purchases, as well as probably a couple of extra later Christmas gifts. See you later, folks.